Hey guys, it's Guy with this hand, and today we're going to do something completely different. I have a bunch of friends coming to town for the weekend. I'm going to be taking them out in Atlanta. We're going to have an adventure, and throughout the video, I'm going to be asking them dating questions pertaining to their dating life. I can't wait to see what they have to say. I can't wait to see how this weekend plays out. I hope you guys can tag along because this is going to be a very fun adventure. Alright guys, I am waiting on my friend, Zach. He's supposed to be here, around here somewhere, and when he gets here, we're gonna go home, and he's gonna be the first guy I'm gonna ask my first question to when we get home, so stay tuned, guys. Is this really, yo, so you're really gonna wear a Make America Florida shirt and fix your hair, bro? Oh my gosh. Well, 3 fucking years since I've seen you. It was like during the pandemic in what was it, Miami? Brickell?
Yeah.
Oh dude, that was.
You were out in Sweetwater.
Yeah, I was out in Sweetwater when I came to Miami during COVID. And before that though, we graduated in college in 2018. And
Oh, I was 2017.
well,
Smart.
yeah, it's true. I remember that.
But yeah,
actually.
class 2018.
Yeah, and I'll say this though, a lot has changed. My question to you, Zach, is how has your dating life or dating market changed from college till now? Like, what has changed? Because now you're a young adult. We're about the same age.
Changes with the change in mindset because life starts to just get more serious in the sense where, you know, when you're out in like college and you're having fun, like that's your interactions with women.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily like, oh, like just like plowing up necessarily numbers, but you're just having like more like fun with it. It becomes like less, you know, less thought of like the implications and seriousness of things. And then now when you get older, at least for me, it started to weigh me more of like, oh, like maybe like you should take things more seriously as you take things with life a little bit more seriously. And then you try to realize like what is like the person I'm gonna look after. And I think it just changes. Like who you want to date changes too with how that mindset changes.
That's true.
The girls you interact with because of it, yeah.
That's very true. I remember like when I first got into college, I literally thought girls were handing me as a silver platter. You had to work for those girls, and most of the time those girls were not interested in you because they had boyfriends, or you just didn't have status. Like you were not in a fraternity, or you're not in a sports team. That's what the girls at our school really only messed with. They only messed with guys in fraternities or in like a sports team. So I can see where you're coming from about that. Plus, I do agree that when college was over and you go into the real world, you gotta change like the girls that you go see. Cause like when I left school, like dude, I didn't go after the same girls like I went. Like it was so completely different. And the feelings that I had, or whatever you call those back in college, it didn't work out. And then I look back on it now, I was like, wow, like I learned from so much in trial and error.
Yeah, basically, I think like coming with like the like the girls you're kind of like chasing, and then that just has to go with not necessarily the mindset, but like how you, I don't know, like how you're gonna approach life in general too. Like for example, like when you're running around in school and all your like huge worry is I don't know, fucking midterm for like your chemistry class, but now it's like, oh, like I have real things, like I have real bills, I have real, responsibilities with a real job, I have, let's say, real family things, real health things to look into. And then it's like, okay, like, you don't even necessarily maybe even have the time or the mental capacity to be like, oh yeah, like I'm just, just lollygagging all over, just prancing around, just like filling my life with women, where to the point that like you're not gonna be able to handle it because you have real life responsibilities now. And then, unless you can figure out a system for it, but I think that's where it starts to change. Like, oh, you have to realize like how you prioritize your shit.
Yeah, and like when you mention real life responsibilities, that's like when, because I think you get attest to this, that a lot of people went to school with are married, getting engaged, or they have their own family. Then like that, it's crazy when you see that. And then there's like us like still working on ourselves, or we're like dating someone at the moment, or we're still trying to figure it out, which there's nothing really wrong with that. But I'll say this though, like I agree with you, has changed drastically. Like dating has changed drastically, like when you're in college and then now you're like a young adults. So I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, you can sling your meat around all day if you got, you know, like more mouths to feed than you might have used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's. I guess we're ending on that. It's almost 7:30 in the morning. Can't skip on your early morning workouts or your late afternoon workouts. Doesn't matter if you are a morning person or a late person, evening person, doesn't matter. You have to get your workouts in, guys. It's very essential for your health. We literally just finished working out, and now we are on our way to pick up the next guy that I'm gonna ask my question to, but later on. It's gonna be Will, so should be exciting. Dude, okay, so we are literally back in the airport because I gotta pick up Will, and it's gonna be like our third trip here, second trip. And there's Will. We're living the dream, man. What's up, dude?
So excited to see this guy in person. We're about to tear up the city of Atlanta. They ain't ready for this. I know that's been said many times before, but it's actually accurate this time.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, now we gotta go back to the airport again because we have to pick up another guy, and then another guy,
And another guy.
and then there's Will, and then there's Zach. But yeah, and it's raining now. And you know what? Guess what? One of the guys literally just landed, and we're like 30 minutes from the airport, but with traffic, it's like close to an hour, so should be fun. Yo, so this is Atlanta traffic on a daily basis. Like you can't make this up. I think, how long you been here, Zach?
I don't know, like 10 or so. No, almost a full day.
Jesus, bro. What about Will?
Where are they all going?
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, this is shot. Like I don't get it. I really don't get it.
It's good.
It's Kevin. He's we got one more guy to get, and it's gonna be like another hour and a half till he gets here. So we're just gonna chill at this spot called Malone's Grill. Yeah, everyone's like happy. So stay tuned for the last guy in the group. So right now we are waiting for the last guy. It's gonna be Paul. Will's here and Zach's over here. Kevin went to go get Paul because Paul is on the phone with his boss. So I don't know why. And then I have to go meet up with someone for a special announcement that I'm going to say in the vlog. So stay tuned, guys. But yeah, we're just waiting on them. And then the whole crew's here. Should be a fun time.
Gang, gang, baby.
Yeah, gang, gang. Finally, Paul's here. Get off the phone with your boss, dude. You're on vacation. Woo! What's up, dude? This man came all the way from Vegas. All the way from Vegas just to come see me.
He's supposed to be in Neuro right now. Yeah, what up, fellas? What up, what up, what up?
Shh, don't tell anyone that. It's gonna be a fun one. We're very hungover right now. Oh my god. Last night was fun, but oh man, I don't know if we're gonna do that again. But
Yes, we will.
no, knowing us, when we get together, we're gonna do it again. So
We're gonna do it tonight. We're gonna do it on Saturday. No.
yo, yeah, we're going out this entire weekend. I told them like, yo, let's keep it easy, but nah, after last night, absolutely not, absolutely fucking not.
When
Nope.
we ever take it easy? Do you
Never.
remember DC? You remember DC?
It's not. We'll talk about that another time. Guys, I'm gonna give you a pro tip because I always do in my videos. So, pro tip: before you go out, if you're gonna get fucked up and drink a lot of alcohol, and you know you're gonna drink a lot of alcohol, drink water before you leave your house, and drink water once you come back because the hangover will be less painful. If you don't drink water, you're gonna feel it tomorrow. But if you drink water, you're gonna feel like an angel. That's my pro tip. Before I say anything, shout out to World Latin Star ATL. Got free tickets to El Pum Pum Festival. It's this big Latin festival. It's gonna be here in Atlanta, Labor Day weekend. We got sick lineup. They got Chencho Corleone, El Alfa, Zion Lennox, and many more. Guys, check them out. Get a coupon code for $25 off the tickets when you're going to checkout. Shout out to World Latin Star. All right, guys, we are at Pond City Market. We're gonna get some food. We need to recharge. We need to stay hydrated, guys.
And yeah, I don't know what food we're gonna get because
Look at this king right here.
stop.
New York
it.
and Georgia. New York and Georgia.
Yo, so I've known you guys for a very long time.
Yes.
I've known you guys for about
Over 10 years now.
over 10 years.
Unfortunately.
This guy. I'll ask you this guy's a question. What's it like dating in New York right now? It obviously New York or the state has changed in many years as time goes on. But I'm just generally curious. What is your take on dating a girl right now in New York? I'll let you go first.
It's kind of weird. It's like, cause New York is it's a dense area. So there's like people everywhere. Like everywhere you go, there's like, you know, there's it's not like, you know, Georgia here where everything's like a drive away. You can just take like a bus or a train or whatever and go see someone or something like within like 30, maybe less minutes. But the thing about dating in New York is it's very tough because, you know, everyone's busy. Everyone's tired, everyone's stressed, and it's like, I don't know, do I have time for dating and even if you do go on dates, sometimes it's even that is hard too, because like you gotta go from one place to another, and as I said before, like it's not that big, but there's so many people you can get overwhelmed easily, especially as a newbie, like a transplant.
I would say it's tough, you know. Obviously, like, it's tough right now dating because there's different like standards that we have to make sure that we're putting together for the basic way that you try to court a woman. You know, I consider myself to be a high value guy, not because I'm uber successful, but it's because as a Colombian American, I know what it means to be able to see how a woman should be treated. You know, I was raised in a female dominated household, so I know how a woman should be treated in terms of how you're going about this whole concept of courtship. But a lot of great people are held to the standards of a lot of people that aren't good, you know. So it's tough for me to talk to a woman that had to deal with someone that didn't treat them the way they should be treated, and then have to kind of pick up that slack in a way of facilitating, I guess, the healing process in a way of way they could establish that trust in you. But it's a little bit tough, but you know, I just persevere, just be myself, and see how I can really make sure that I'm a good listener. And those moments that I do talk to a woman that have the opportunity to talk back, I make sure what I'm sharing is really high value and really empowers the woman to be a stronger version of themselves.
Yeah, I'll say this though. So New York, like it's been like, I say like almost 5 years now, about 5 years since I left. And I can tell you this right now, it's so much different. Now, like the things that I've heard and the things I've seen, and Georgia is a completely different state. And the city of Atlanta is so much different than like New York City. Yeah, and I agree. New York City is very populated, dense, and everything's so easily accessible, like public transportation.
The one thing I do like about New York City though is there's everything. Like any activity you think of doing with, you know, a potential date or whatever, there's always an activity for that.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. It's the same thing here in Georgia too when I really think about it. And there's and I think the girls, I'll say this, the girls are more like down to earth and more like down to just vibe, have a good time. And they're not really like, nowadays, unfortunately, some girls are flaky, but there's some that are just generally down to have a good time. But you just got to play your cards right. And it doesn't matter what city you're in, but it really does matter like how you make the best of it.
We got to empower more knights to court the queens as they become kings. That's what we got to do. So we got to make sure that, you know, as we're building relationships with each other, we're helping each other grow in a positive way. And, you know, it's...
Sometimes I feel like some of us guys get the wrong idea sometimes when it comes to like body language, for example. Take that. Like us guys, we like to do things directly. But, you know, women are more like, you know, it's all about the body language, I feel like, because you can go like this to someone, it all says everything, you know.
That is very true.
Because guys, let's be honest, we suck at picking up the small things.
Yeah, that's very true. And I think that was probably one of my biggest problems back then was like I didn't pick up the small signs, and those small signs can go like miles of like success. And now I know what signs to pick up when I see a girl, and I know the signs that my buddies need to see like when they're talking to a girl, like if she's interested or not, or she's ready just to have a good time. But yeah, I really do agree on those points. Like they are very important talking points. We're in Habitat, and this is John, aka DJ Blanquito. He is sick. Get one of these. Get one of these. These are from Colombia. These are from Colombia, exactly. There you go. Get one of those. Get one of those. Right now it's windy, and I'm with Zach right now. We're eating a very nice breakfast. The other guys, they're still asleep. Yeah, they're shot right now. Like, they're still asleep. I don't know when they're gonna get up. And it's third day here in Atlanta. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, hopefully they'll wake up soon when we get back. All right, so we're about to go hiking, but at my gym that I go to, there's this thing called Dauntless Energy Tea. Never seen this before. I think you just like mix it with water. It says like mix for 16 ounce. Water has caffeine, organic black tea, L-theanine, L-tyrosine, alpha GPC. So, assuming this is a nootropic, let's just see how it tastes. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, go check it out. I'll put a link to their page if you guys are interested. But yes, it's really not that bad. Finally, they're all awake. We're all awake. Zach's over there, I meant. And we're here at the food hall.
Los lobos domesticados.
Just don't worry what they said. Food hall, we recharge, and after this we're gonna go hiking. All right, right now we're hiking. We're hiking right now, and we're doing this because it'll be a workout. So you sweat whatever toxins you indulge, and we're gonna go out again. But see you at the top, guys. Alright, we made it to the top. All these guys are just chilling right now. Just waiting, just relax. This view is amazing. Hiking is essential to your physical health and mental health. It resets your brain and rewires your brain. And it's a good detox too because you're working out. Alright, this was, what a weekend. It's been a while since I've gone out 3 nights in a row. That's all I gotta say. Definitely gonna take a big break from that. And it's your first time in Atlanta, right?
First time in hot Atlanta, and it was a roaring success.
Let me add, all right, so my question to you is this. So compare how girls are back in the city of Dallas to the girls here in Atlanta. Like, what are some comparisons or like differences? Like, what things did you like and what things you didn't like?
Yeah, I actually got a lot of thoughts about this. I was thinking about this a lot today. I would say that in Dallas, it's similar quality of girls as far as like looks wise, but I found that there's a bit more diversity in Atlanta than it is in Dallas. And then I would also say that girls are more down, and I actually had a friend that lived in Atlanta who was telling me about kind of the ratios of men to women here, and also having like there's a lot of things kind of more in your favor as a guy, as a single guy in Atlanta, and whereas Dallas is a little bit of a harder market. So, no, I would say, like, quality-wise, it's very similar. It's just, I think it was a lot easier, a lot more productivity.
Yeah, it's crazy you say, like, the fact that you said, like, they're more down to earth here reminds me back in New York, like, girls were so uptight. Not all of them, some of them were, but
And then the quality of girls here are a lot like higher quality compared to like New York. Obviously, there's like some high quality girls in New York, but you see a lot more here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And girls were more down to earth here, more welcoming of unlike girls like in up north. They're like more like uptight. And I saw my success increase significantly once I moved down to Atlanta.
Yeah, and I believe that for sure. And people were very receptive of approaches. When we went to the Ponce de Leon market, you know, there's a couple of cuties hanging out, and they were totally very receptive of approach. They were like, they're engaging in the conversation, they're asking me questions back, they're being helpful, and as a guy that's visiting the city, like a lot of good vibes. So it reminded me a lot of Austin.
There's a lot of like the girls here are like a lot more friendly and a lot more open to people.
Yeah.
And they're not like very uptight. Like unless you like go to like some high school bar or club, that you're gonna see some like uptight girls. But you barely see it here in Atlanta. Like it just depends like where you're at. And like because Atlanta's such a big city, so much you can do. There's plenty of girls out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I was kind of blown away by the sheer quantity. We went to a club on what was that, Thursday? Tongue and Groove that had 3 levels to it, but it was a little bit more of an intimate club than maybe I'm used to in a good way. And there was just loads of beautiful women that were down to hang out, down to talk, and I got like 5 Instagrams. It was great. I mean, I think it went really well.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you had a good time in Atlanta. I definitely think this is like the spot to be at if you're a single guy and you want to try to like move to a new city.
Yeah.
Trying to figure things out. I think this is the spot you want to be, especially in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be back. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, guys, that is the end of my vlog. Shout out to Will, Kevin, Zach, and Paul for visiting me in my home state of Georgia and for giving me some great answers on what I asked throughout the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe to the channel, share the video, like the video as well, and comment down below. I want to see if you guys agreed with what they said or you disagree. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. Also, I started my IG page where I'll be posting dating tips, so please give it a follow. I'll definitely be making more vlogs when I have friends coming into town and visiting me. Until next time, this is Guy with the Tan.